Okay, so I decided to make a proper video of how to check for a head gasket leak. So this is what I've found. If I get my impact gun and see how those 3 bolts down here are rusty? And so let me just pull out this one. So this one's not rusty, nice shiny silver. And I pull out this one, completely black from the head gasket leak. So every single one. That one's black. This one's black. This one's the worst. That one's still wet. So come on out there, Sagat. Okay. One more problem. Okay, so here's another problem I found. On the old spark plug, which I now use as a spark tester, if you look at it, the inner electrode is completely black. Like you can see the porcelain around it is black. And that shows that it's not been running right. And now, if I pop off a self-propelled belt cover, there, it's all complete, it's all melted, and it's covered in oil, and that's a sign that it got really hot, because the hot exhaust or anything hot, like hot air or stuff, kept coming out there, and it just completely destroyed most of the plastic. It's all cracked, but it still works. Cover still works fine. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh yeah, one more thing is, I had to mow the lawn. So, I had to mow part of the lawn. Not that big, only like 20 feet by 20 feet. And so that's only part of it, because it's the other side of our house. But I never got to it when I first mowed. So, I was mowing. I had to shut it off because the wheel's broken. I still have to get the bolt, but I stopped the engine. I went to fire it back up, would not start. The compression was completely gone. No compression. I was cranking it over with the electric start. You could hear it go, nah, 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 nah. No compression at all. Wasn't even trying to fire. But I got cold water, splashed it all over the head to cool it down, and that somehow reseated the head gasket, or pulled the head gasket back together instead of getting hot when it spreads apart. So that managed, or something, I don't know what I'm talking about, but that managed to get it. I managed to get started after 2 cups of water I splashed on it, and chucked an ice cube at it, and I finally got started. So I put a clamp on the part to keep the motor running, the brake and the flywheel brake and that, and that helped me a lot, because if I shut it off again, it would not start. Completely completely dead. So that's how to properly diagnose a blown head gasket. It's even easier with overhead valves. If you have a blown head gasket there, you open this up. After you run it, you open this up. If smoke comes out of it, that means that the head gasket's blown in between the piston and the hole for the push rods, and that would cause smoke to come out here. It would cause no compression. Or if it did have still compression and you ran it and it quit, like and like you could hear it, it didn't sound like it had compression. You just pull this out, see if smoke comes out. That either means that the piston is worn and the cylinder is worn from lack of maintenance. But if it's not, and the piston is good in there, that means that there's a blown head gasket. So that's how to diagnose it.